Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Mithril. My name is Mithril, and I wanted to give you a little update as to the state of the Throne of Skulls, the Road to Throne of Skulls 2024, the event which I will be attending in 16 days. Also, can I just also point out as well, spongy walls. We are in the recording studio. Look at my spongy walls, aren't they lovely? So I know I promised there was going to be a painting video this week. That's probably not going to happen this week, and there's good reason why. I will show you in just a moment. But I wanted to give you guys an update because I said I'd start letting you guys know as soon as I've started the display board and how progress is going there. Do you ever get the feeling anytime when you have a really good idea, or at least it seems like a really good idea, and you put off, you postpone, and then suddenly you have to action that really good idea, and suddenly it's a lot more work, and you realise very quickly that you've bitten off a lot more than you can chew. Anyone else get that? Just me? Probably not just me, right? This is what I've bitten off, and so I've started the display board now. The army is done. At least the iteration number 1 of the army is done. If I get the chance, I might see if I can get some more pikemen and do iteration number 2 with all the pikemen. It's probably not going to happen though, because this is taking up a lot of my time. This is the current state of the display board. Are you ready? Here we have the beginning of the Tower of Orthanc for my Isengard. Oh, sorry, camera. Come back, camera. For my Isengard display board. This is as far as we've got so far. Don't mind the YouTube. It's 2 in the morning, and I'm sitting here with no coffee left, watching YouTube Let's Plays, trying to build the Tower of Orthanc. There is a metric ton of polystyrene and foam board on this bad boy. Yes, so originally the plan was to try and have it so that the... What the hell, cat? What are you doing down there? Yes, originally the idea was to try and have the board so that the tower kind of backed off the back of the board. And just kind of operate on 2 fronts, the 2 fronts you can see here. We measured that a couple of times, and in my haste to get polystyrene cut, I cut the towers a little bit too short to cover the board. So Stace had the idea of, instead of doing just the 2 towers, we do, the 2 facings for the 2 towers. We do 3 facings and have it as if, and then we mask off the back with some plywood or some heavy cardboard, just so it's a little bit more 3D. I have been fairly adamant that I want this attached to the base plate. As you can see, there's a base plate here, just for the sake of transporting it. Originally I was going to transport it as one whole thing. Now I'm thinking it's probably easier to keep it as 2 separate towers with an interlocking centerpiece, which we can just slot on the board with dowels as and when it comes to that. But as you can see, all these ridges down the bottom have been cut out of polystyrene. There's so much polystyrene in the bin and on me, and probably on the cat as well. There's a lot of polystyrene just everywhere at the moment. And I've spent the last 2 days kind of painstakingly cutting out all the ridges, all the the fanning, the archways. The archways is where I've got up to now. This is where I've got up to, and I thought I'll give you guys an update. I cut out a wonky staircase as well. This staircase is super wonky. But that's going to be trimmed down now anyway, because the gap between the towers is now significantly smaller. Still got to do I've still got to paper mache the whole thing once it's dry to give it that obsidian texture, because it's quite a carved rocky, like obsidian-y, gemstone-y type look, isn't it? So I've got to do that, let that dry, and then paint it, and then that's that done. And then I've got to still dig out the pits of Isengard, make all the planking and machinery, not machinery, but the platforms and all the scaffolding that go around that. I must admit, I'm super happy with how it's turning out so far. This is probably the biggest thing I've ever done myself. And I mean, I've always said I've never been one for really making scenery. I've never been one to sit there and do all the work and kind of the meticulous planning and measuring, and I don't know if it just kicks off my ADHD or I just don't have the attention span to deal with it. And sometimes there's just a blockage between the brain and the fingers, right? But I wanted to do this, particularly as it's probably going to be the last event with the current rules of Middle-earth strategy battle game, Throne of Skulls. I wanted to do this for myself, to prove to myself that I could, because I've always said that Wayne's the scenery guy when it comes to this kind of thing. Stacey's very good at scenery as well. She did Weathertop and done a couple of other bits of tournaments before. I wanted, and okay, yeah, fine, I did Dwyer Duff, but Dwyer Duff was only really like blocks of polystyrene kind of in a row, various rows, you know, scaled down and, you know, just sanded to hell and back. But so I did Dwyer Duff and I did Barlin's Tomb, but they were all very blocky. There wasn't very a lot of intricate kind of work on them. It's dwarvish craft, right? So nice and blocky, perfect. So I wanted to do this for me to prove that I could and to kind of push myself as a hobbyist. And I thought, we've got this brand new space. You can see we've got the soundproof on the wall, as I pointed out earlier on. Oh, where's my camera going? We're in the recording bit of Mithril Towers now, and we've got the office through there again. But yeah, I wanted to do this for me and just kind of like, yeah, give myself a challenge, try and rise to that challenge and get it done. And it's actually been really enjoyable. I'm sitting here, it's 2:15 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning now. I should have been in bed 2 hours ago at least. But I'm probably going to start to do a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the upper bits. I really don't want to cut more of these little diagonal things out, but I'm probably going to have to. But yeah, no, it's proving to be actually quite enjoyable, and I'm getting quite a lot out of it. I'm really hoping to get this done. We are T minus, I want to say 16 days, probably 17, maybe 17, maybe 16, maybe even 15. I don't know. 2 weeks, 14 days. Yeah, we're leaving on Friday the whatever that number says on the screen. Yeah, okay, we've got 2 weeks then. Ooh, that's not good. But the army is done. The army is done. I can show you the army. Look, here's the army. There's the army. All ready. Don't mind the other random models that are kicking around and the random MCP at the side. There's a siege ballista somewhere. I think it's somewhere behind Apocalypse and Archangel. There it is, over there, yeah. So we've got the army all done. Iteration number 1. That's all ready to go. So it is literally just a display board. Best case scenario, I get the chance to get some more pikemen and do the stupid pikeman list that Jeff keeps telling me to do. But if I can't, then I can't. I'm only one man. And I'm wanting to spend more time on this because this is turning out pretty well, if I do say so myself. If I could blow my humble trumpet, I think this is turning out all right. And I'm being managed as well. I have my manager on site, keeping a watchful eye on me and running around eating plastic off the floor. So yes, this is going to be, once it's done, paper mache'd and then doweled onto the board. And then hopefully it's just a case of just a day or so making loads of like scaffolding and bits and bobs. Making sure the army sits on there and carving the pits around them, because the last thing I want to do is carve holes in a board and then realise I can't stand my army in really satisfying blocks of pikes. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed doing this so far. I'm going to keep taking, I've got loads of videos and photos, as I've probably interlaced the video with those already. But yes, so I'm going to keep going, plug on for another hour or so. I'll go to the gym tomorrow and that's going to be fun. But yeah, so super enjoyable. Thank you for sharing this journey with me, guys. This is the Road to Skulls 2024, part 3, 4? I don't know, I spent a lot of time picking an army, so I don't know where we're at, but now we're making progress, so this is all good. But until next time, guys, take care, and as always, happy hobbying. Bye, guys.